If you've ever heard of the 80-20 rule, you're already familiar with the Pareto Principle. The principle states that for many situations, roughly 80% of the results will come from 20% of the causes. The principle has a lot of applications. In sports, you might find that 20% of the team members are the ones scoring 80% of the points. In fundraising, 80% of the funds might come from only 20% of the donors. In truth, this only works out to 80-20 in certain distributions, but it's a helpful way to think about problems. Another term for this is the law of the vital few. A vital few causes or inputs are driving most of the outputs. I'm interested in how this principle relates to product development, where a few of a product's features will drive most of its impact. The Pareto Principle is a great tool for a project team to use to decide where to focus their efforts and energy. But which 20% of your product's features are the vital few? Make an effort to answer that question early on, and use the answer to guide your development. Though the vital few are going to look different for every product, in my experience, the same few things end up being very important. The first is user needs. This sounds obvious, but if you miss or misunderstand a user need and solve for the wrong thing, you might end up wasting effort on a feature or a product that misses the mark. A second thing to consider is the whole life of the product. You might expect it to be used in a particular way, but it would be short-sighted not to consider shipping concerns, serviceability requirements, or even foreseeable misuse. The third is to hear all the stakeholders. If you've designed something to meet the user needs, that's great. But if you've missed the vital voice of the manufacturing team, whose equipment depends on handling the parts in a certain way, that could mean very costly changes late in the design process. And finally, sometimes the vital few are risk-based. If you've got a new technology and you haven't yet proven it can work in such a small size or for so long a lifetime or be made affordable enough or so on, then those are the risks you should tackle first. These four considerations can help determine your project's vital few, the relatively small number of things that will have a relatively significant impact. What are the features that are going to guarantee the function and usefulness of your product? Those should get your team's biggest effort. Keeping the Pareto Principle in mind will keep your team out of the weeds by staying focused on the stuff that matters most.